guys, I'm in my awesome hotel room, lavish hotel room in West Virginia, ready to go to Marietta, Ohio and give a seminar. But before I did that, I started to think of all of the things that I wanted to share with you, and so I wrote a list of all the videos that I can make, and here's one of them. A couple of days ago, I was watching a video about how to throw a curveball, and there was a picture of this guy, or a video of this guy, showing us how to do that. And I got to tell you, half of the things that he was saying are very true, okay? But the other half can mess up a kid's arm, which is unfortunate. He had the wrist and forearm angle right at release of the baseball. However, he was teaching that everybody had to have this 90-degree arm angle as they came through, and he was teaching about how to lift the arm and pull the arm down. Now, you know, if you know me, you know that you're getting your entire body into each pitch. Your mechanics are identical, whether you're throwing a fastball, slider, curveball, whatever pitch you're throwing, they're the same. And then your arm comes around because of what you're doing with your hip rotation. Your hips are rotating your core is rotating your shoulders, and your arm's just simply along for the ride on every single pitch. But if you're putting your arm here, okay, which nobody really in the major leagues has a 90-degree arm, but a lot of pitching coaches teach that 90-degree arm slot. Anyway, I won't get into all of that, but the main thing he was teaching is you've got to cushion the elbow as you come around so you don't hurt your arm, okay? So I thought, well, this will be fun, not just to prove that wrong, but, well, okay, just to prove that wrong, it'll be fun. So, and I knew Major League pitchers didn't cushion their elbow. I've watched thousands of videos. I never have seen anybody cushion their arm like that, especially the way that he was demonstrating how to throw it. He never threw a curveball, but he just demonstrated this, coming around, cushioning the elbow, and he actually had his wrist like this, ending like that. Okay, so I looked up, just for fun, and I've seen these videos a million times, Justin Verlander, Clayton, Kershaw, Nolan Ryan, Randy Johnson, Kurt Schilling, a whole slew of awesome pitchers. Cliff Lee was one of them, and I was like, man, I don't care if they're throwing a curveball, slider, changeup, whatever they're throwing, they're not ending. Nobody ends like that. Well, this video had 80-some-odd thousand views, and people were giving them a thumbs up, and I thought, wow, so much misinformation is out in the baseball world. How do you know what you're getting is right? Well, you got to go off of feeling too, but you've got to go off of, look at Major League pitchers. Look at what all of these starting pitchers that have been in the major leagues 5+ years, that have lasted, that are good, what are they doing? What are they doing with their hip rotation? What's their arm slot looking like? You can get rid of all of these myths that a lot of pitching coaches are teaching out there just by watching Major League pitchers. Now, one thing you got to be careful of, though, and this might go against what I said just a little bit, is not all Major League pitchers have flawless mechanics. Some of them have a natural ability to throw the baseball, and they can still throw, you know, genetically, they still throw 95 miles an hour, 92 to 95 miles an hour just fine. They've never had problems. Genetically, they're fine. They might fall off here just a little bit. Their direction might be a little off course. Their foot might come off before release of the baseball just a little bit, but overall they have decent mechanics. So, but anyway, you've got to know what feels best for you. What I have done is I have created this pitching mechanics DVD, which a lot of people are purchasing right now, and the pitching grips DVD, and I'm going to have that underneath with a lot of these videos that I've talked about of Major League pitchers that are doing it correctly. Their arm slots are fine. Another thing with arm slots, just to go into this, most everybody's arm slot is my arm slot is right out here, okay? Most everybody's arm slot is from here to here, about right here. But why are all these pitching coaches teaching a 90-degree arm slot, lifting your arm up and pulling that arm down, especially when you're throwing a curveball. It doesn't even feel right, and it doesn't make sense because you're using more of your arm to throw the baseball instead of utilizing your entire body to throw, which are going to get the most power. So my point of this video is, do your research, do your due diligence, make sure you know what's best for you and what feels right in your arm. Do all the repetitions, make sure that you're throwing with your entire body. But you've got to get an education when it comes to throwing the baseball. You don't want to be one of those that just picks up a baseball and throws to throw the ball. You don't want to watch other people in high school or little league and say, well, that kid throws hard. He must be doing something right. And he throws the wrong way. You can't mimic that because he may have hit puberty before you have. Okay? There are a lot of variables that go through just throwing hard. Okay, you want to save that arm. So anyway, long story short, make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure you work on your mechanics. You've got to know what you've got to work on. That's the biggest thing. And you guys, it takes 1,000 repetitions to create one habit. So you've got to do a lot of repetitions, a lot of drills, and I'm going to show you some of those with these other videos coming out. So I'm going to show, once again, I'm going to show a lot, going back to throwing the ball like this, which you shouldn't, okay? I'm going to show you proof that that's not the case. You don't want to do that with Major League pitchers, and then I'll have those bonuses on the bottom of this video. But have a great day. I'll see you guys very soon.